Have you ever wondered why our biggest, most ambitious dreams often leave us feeling totally paralyzed instead of motivated? We all have aspirations, things we desperately want to achieve to improve our lives, our families, or our careers. But a dream without a map? Well, that's just a recipe for overwhelm. So in today's Explainer, we're going to look at a highly effective, structured roadmap for turning those overwhelming aspirations into a concrete, totally achievable plan. We are talking about setting your direction by mastering short-term and long-term goals. Okay, let's dive right into this.
First things first, what is one thing you want to achieve this year? Seriously, take a second right now to really lock in on a personal target. Maybe you're aiming to finish a class or an educational module. Perhaps you're trying to find stable work, or maybe your main focus is just on improving your income to better support your family. Whatever that target is for you, hold on to it, because today we're going to build a step-by-step path to get you there, essentially bridging the gap between where you are right now and where you actually want to be. Now, we all know what a goal is, right? But its real power isn't just in the final achievement. It's actually in the direction it provides. A goal acts as your personal cognitive compass. When you have a clear destination in mind, it completely changes how you focus your time, your effort, and those little daily decisions. It filters out all the background noise and helps you concentrate on what truly matters for your future, ensuring your everyday choices are actually aligning with your ultimate destination. So here is our roadmap for today's Explainer. First, we'll look at the power of goals, then short-term versus long-term, the priority matrix, getting smart, and finally, your action plan. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the power of goals and why setting a destination actually matters. When we talk about life direction, it's absolutely crucial to realize that goals aren't just about your career or your bank account. Your target should span all critical areas of your life. You might have an academic milestone, like passing a really important assessment. You could have a financial goal, like saving up to start a small business. Or you might even have a community goal, like helping to organize a local cleanup activity. Setting destinations across these different areas ensures that you're growing in a balanced way, ready for everything from your livelihood to your family responsibilities. Moving right along to section 2, short-term versus long-term goals, or mapping your timeline. Basically, we categorize our targets based on time. Short-term goals are your quick wins. They're things you can achieve very soon, like today, this week, or this month. Think of things like committing to save 50 pesos a week or submitting an assignment on time. These require immediate action. On the flip side, long-term goals are your distant horizons. They need way more time, a lot more planning, and more resources, often taking a year or more. Examples here would be building a house, completing a lengthy vocational training program, or landing a stable job. And here's the secret. You need both to succeed. The short-term wins provide the psychological fuel to keep you motivated while you build toward those massive long-term horizons. Next up is section 3, the priority matrix, and choosing your route. Okay, having too many goals at once is a total trap. When everything feels important, you can so easily get overwhelmed and just end up achieving nothing. The priority matrix solves this by forcing you to categorize. If a goal is both important and urgent, boom, it's high priority. You do it first. If it's important but not urgent, you schedule it and plan for it. But watch out for those urgent but less important tasks. Like responding to every single group chat notification or doom scrolling through social media updates. Those need to be minimized or delegated. And if a task is neither important nor urgent, just drop it completely. I challenge you right now. Think of your personal list of goals and mentally plot them on this grid to figure out what demands your absolute immediate focus today. Which brings us to section 4, getting smart, which is all about upgrading your vehicle. Once you've selected your top priority goal, you have to refine it so it actually survives contact with reality. Daily challenges like transportation issues, a crazy work schedule, or family duties can derail you in a heartbeat. That's exactly where the SMART framework comes in. Your goal needs to be specific, clear, and exact. It must be measurable so you can actually check or count your progress. Achievable, realistic, and possible for you right now. Relevant, deeply important to your specific life and future. And lastly, time-bound. It absolutely must have a deadline. When these 5 elements act together, they transform a vague wish into a rock-solid, trackable target. Let's actually see this in practice. A broad intention like, I want to study more, sounds really nice, but it kind of lacks teeth. When are you studying? What are you studying? Now contrast that with, I will study my ALS module for 30 minutes every night from Monday to Friday for the next 4 weeks. Now that is a SMART goal.
It's specific, you can measure the 30 minutes, it's realistically achievable, it's highly relevant to passing an assessment, and it is firmly time-bound to 4 weeks. It literally tells you exactly what you need to do when you wake up tomorrow morning. Finally, we have Section 5, your action plan, and fueling the journey. Crafting the goal is only half the battle, right? Executing it is the whole other half, and this simple 5-step action plan is exactly how you do it. First, state your newly crafted SMART goal. Second, list the exact sequence of steps you're going to take. Now pause here and pay super close attention to step 3, because this is vital. You must identify possible obstacles before they happen. Are you going to lack time? Will money be tight? Do you have irregular transportation? Anticipate these barriers and prepare solutions in advance, like adjusting your timeline or just asking a family member for support. Step 4 is finding those resources and people who can help you out. And step 5 is setting your clear timeline so you know exactly when you've achieved success.
As we start to wrap up this explainer, I want you to remember this. Goals are important because they help me plan, focus, make better decisions, manage my time, and work toward a better future. That really is the core message here today. Whether you're balancing your livelihood, family duties, or schooling, a structured approach to goal setting isn't just busy work. It's the cognitive key to overcoming the very barriers that have held you back in the past. It puts you firmly 100% in control of your direction.
So, you have the map, and you know how to plan the route. But it raises a much deeper question. Once you take that first step today, how will you redesign your environment to ensure you don't quit tomorrow? What hidden habits are you going to need to build next to sustain this momentum? Don't wait around for the perfect moment. Take that very first step today and start thinking about the systems you'll need tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.